It's time now for the best high school sports action from the WBCB Sports Network. Catch the best games from Bucks and Mercer County at WBCBSports.com and our Facebook page. Your home for high school sports is right here at WBCB 1490.
All right, we are right back to it. Welcome back to the Falcons Nest here on the campus of Pennsbury High School as we get you ready for high school basketball on the WBCB Sports Network. Tonight, the Falcons host the Council Rock North Indians. Pennsbury coming in with an impressive 13-5 overall record, taking on Council Rock North with a 6-12 mark so far this high school basketball season. It's senior recognition night for Pennsbury, and I believe we're going to begin senior recognition ceremonies in just a moment. 3 senior players, Owen Hogenkamp, Brendan Ryan, and Max Manga will get recognized here for their contributions to Pennsbury basketball, and also manager Riley Massia has helped coordinate things for Pennsbury throughout this season. And so a little pregame recognition before we get to more hoops. By the way, congratulations to the Pennsbury girls. They picked up the Suburban 1 League Patriot Division with a 57-27 upending of Council Rock North.
It's their first title in the post-Sofia Vitucci era. Haven't won one since 2022, so get another year up on the banner towards our right. So excellent year for them, and the boys looking to get their split of the Patriot League title tonight. If they win, they get a share of it. So,
and speaking of new banners here at the Falcons Nest, we mentioned it before the girls game, but the National Cheerleaders Association awarding Pennsbury the national championship.
And now to continue the celebration,
and they even have they have their jackets out there.
I was just looking at the jackets. They got a nice, Letterman jacket.
It's looking good, yeah.
Brielle Berry. Brielle is escorted by her grandmother Phyllis. Her favorite high school memory is winning high school nationals. She plans to continue her education in college and become a pre-K teacher. Next we have Carly Barnett. Carly is escorted by her mother Danielle. Her favorite high school memory is winning nationals. After graduation, she plans to continue her education, majoring in secondary education and pursuing a master's in counseling.
I have a feeling a lot of these cheerleaders' favorite moments is going to be winning nationals. Just a
Ellie is escorted by her mother Tammy and father Dan. Her favorite memory is winning high school nationals. After graduation, she plans to continue cheering at a college in Florida and major in the sports field. Next, we have Riley Liston. Riley is escorted by her mother Kelly, father Keith, and sister Mackenzie. Her favorite high school memory is winning nationals. She plans to continue her education at Rowan University, majoring in exercise science, where she will also be cheering. Next, we have Annalise Manos. Annalise is escorted by her stepmother Samantha and her father Aaron. Her favorite memory is winning high school nationals. In the fall, Annalise will be majoring in accounting. At Penn State University, she hopes to participate in their club cheerleading team. And finally, we have Kelsey Somers. Kelsey is escorted by her mother Lindsay, sister Caitlin, brother Hunter, and friend Emerson. Her favorite high school memory is winning nationals. After graduation, she plans to attend St. Joseph's University, where she will continue to cheer. Ladies and gentlemen, speaking of nationals, we would like to congratulate the 2026 NCAA National Champion Girls Cheerleaders, which they won this past weekend in Fort Worth, Texas. And now it's time to honor our basketball seniors. First, we have team manager Riley Massia. Riley is escorted by her mother, Amy Mendick, her father, Chris Massia, and her brothers, Braden and Grayson Massia. After graduation, Riley will be attending York College of PA, where she will be majoring in medical imaging. She would like to thank everyone who was involved in this program, as well as her parents, because they are the reason she decided to do this. The friends she has made, the coaches, and especially Coach Emmy. Thank you for giving me such a great experience for the last 3 years and letting me be a part of your program. I have made valuable relationships and friendships throughout my time, and I'm very grateful for them all. Thank you guys so much. Next, we have number 11, Owen Hogenkamp. Owen is escorted by his parents, Jen and Dan Hogenkamp, his sister Audrey Hogenkamp, and his brother Luke Hogenkamp. After graduation, Owen plans to go to college and pursue a career in business. Owen would like to thank, first and foremost, his parents for always being there for him, pushing him to be better, and supporting him throughout his years of basketball. He would also like to thank all of his coaches and teammates for helping him become the player he is today. And finally, to his brother and sister, thanks for all the games of one-on-one on the mini hoop in the driveway. Next we have number 20, Brendan Ryan. Brendan is escorted by his parents, Elisa and Sean Ryan, and his sister Fiona Ryan. After graduation, Brendan plans to pursue a degree at a 4-year college and major in business or sports management. He also plans on becoming a basketball manager at whatever university he attends. He would like to thank his friends, family, coaches, and teammates who got him to where he is today. He would like to especially thank his parents and his sister, and a special shout out to Coach Ciola and Coach Baxter for developing him as a player. Finally, we have Maximus Manga, number 25. Max is escorted by his parents, Charles Manga and Monica Mock, and his sister, Giselle Manga. After graduation, Max plans to attend college and continue playing basketball at the next level. He would like to thank his family for supporting his journey throughout the years and his coaches for training him throughout high school.
All right, well, that's how you do it. A little senior recognition here for the class of 2026. And now the Falcons with a chance to secure at least a portion of the league title. And that speaks to how well they've been playing this season. Again, 13-5 coming into this game, a 7-1 league record. And unfortunately for the Falcons, though, they come off of a little bit of a slip-up against Neshaminy as they lost 44-40 in a game we had on WBCB. And they need to just turn the page on that game, Ben, and maybe senior recognition will be at least an additional motivator for this team.
Hopefully. There were a lot of things that went wrong in that loss to Neshaminy, and it goes on everybody, but it's a difficult game to just kind of turn the page on, especially due to the emotional aspect since it is against the Skins at home. However, you got the senior night tonight. You got a little bit of an extra push with the honor your seniors. And, you know, you try to follow up a great girls matchup. You try to go out there tonight and make something positive happen, bounce back.
It was interesting, Gus, as we continue here with our Trentonian pregame activities, that as the girls' game is wrapping up, you saw the boys' team kind of waiting in the wings, so they got to see the celebration. They got to see the Falcons cut the nets down, and I'm glad that they did it. I thought there might not be time for everything, but I guess you got to make time when you win a league championship, and you do it in style as they did tonight.
Yeah, senior night or not, if you win a title, you're cutting down that banner, or you're cutting down that net. Everybody else can wait. You are doing that. And, yeah, just so the boys to be able to get to see that and show that, you know, the girls team were able to complete the mission that they were set out to do. You know, step one of the mission is to get that league title. Pennsbury's first step is the same thing, and they could have really solidified that Tuesday night against the Chamonix, but they weren't able to. So now they've seen the nets get cut down. That should, like you said, spark that fire in them to be able to want to do that.
Well, the Council Rock North, Ben, they come in with 6 wins, 12 losses, but they're a team who has been really competitive in just about every single game that they have played. They started the season with a win over Bristol, then they suffered a couple of 3-point losses, so games they were competitive in, and then they fell to Ben Salem by 2. They lost to Neshaminy by 1 point. They had a 2-point loss to Council Rock South before suffering a big loss to Harry S. Truman, but then they were able to kind of right the ship and get things back on track. So credit to Coach Derek Wright for having his team competitive in those games, but then also for making sure that they didn't lose their, morale, suffering so many losses that are games that they probably look, oh man, we could have had this game, that game, if only for this or that scenario.
Yeah, I mean, you can't let this team hang around because they're going to Pennsbury if they want to win tonight, and with a senior lineup, you're going to have a different starting 5 out there, so you're going to need a hot start, and just don't let Council Rock North stay in it because they can cause you some trouble. And you said it, when you have some right gene in your coaching staff, you're always going to be competitive.
All right, and Council Rock North coming off of a tough game to Council Rock South, but the game before that, they had a big win over Neshaminy. So Pennsbury just taking a loss to Neshaminy, Council Rock North with a recent win over the Skins. And we get you closer to the start of this one here on WBCB, our Trentonian pregame activities. Oh man, feeling the energy, getting a little fist bump from the officials.
Yeah, man, you know you're going to have a good night when the officials are fist bumping you.
Well, Pennsbury and Council Rock North set to do battle in the McCaffrey's Game of the Night on WBCB. Yeah, cold weather, but 2026 around the corner, and another summer filled with Trenton Thunder. Baseball is going to be here soon. Full and half-season ticket memberships, as well as multi-game packages on sale now for the 2026 season. Visit TrentonThunder.com/tickets and learn more today. Trenton Thunder Baseball, Big League Futures, Major League Fun. The other thing I thought was notable, I think that the Pennsbury girls team is staying and watching the game.
Well, they came out to watch the senior recognition, and as soon as it was over, they went back in the locker room. I'm thinking to probably get changed and everything, but yeah, I would think they would stay to watch the game.
I mean, that's like one of those little things that we talked about when it comes to Coach Ciola's leadership, is that, those little opportunities to build camaraderie and talk basketball. That's what I think keeps everybody focused on the task at hand. Looks like they got one string missing over there on the net.
Yeah, that's going to be an issue. We got to let somebody know.
Gus, you might got to get up there and fix that.
Give me the ladder.
All right, let's step aside, and then maybe Gus can go get the ladder, and we'll get closer to the start of Game 2 of our high school basketball doubleheader as the Pennsbury Falcons host the Council Rock North Indians.
Hey BCWSA customers, this is Tommy Green from the 1993 National League champion Phillies. My friends at BCWSA are committed to providing us with safe, reliable water and sewer services. They operate state-of-the-art treatment facilities, provide clean drinking water, and make much-needed investments to protect our environment and ensure a sustainable future. Learn how BCWSA's investments help grow and serve our communities. Visit bcwsa.net. BCWSA, prove it.
I'm predicting a big Falcon victory.
Hi, this is Mike Mancinelli inviting you to join me live at the Temperance House in the heart of Newtown, PA for our big game preview show, Thursday, February 5th at 5 p.m. We'll be video streaming live on YouTube at WBCB Sports and on Patterson, where you can ask me questions, give me your thoughts, and stop by to have some of the best happy hour options in Bucks County at the Temperance House. So come, join me, Mike Missinelli, Thursday, February 5th, 5 p.m. for our big game preview show live from the Temperance House in Newtown, PA.
Head out to Dion Square, located at South Oxford Valley and South Olds Boulevard, with the following businesses ready to serve you: Pat Dion Beverages, CVS Pharmacy, Smile Culture Dental, Biomat, Wayner Nationwide Insurance, Liberty Auto Tags, Pennsylvania Fine Wine and Spirits, Lee's Hoagie House, AutoZone, and First National Bank and Trust of Newtown. Make Dion Square your one-stop shop for all your shopping needs at Fairless Hills.
Are you living with relentless pain? St. Mary has a new way to help. Knee and hip replacements with a smarter process for faster recovery, earning prestigious awards for quality and value. A rapid recovery program has you walking just hours after surgery, and breakthrough advances such as custom-fit joints position you for a longer pain-free life. 215-710-5888. St. Mary Orthopedics. It's your health. Expect more.
Since 1954, the name McCafferty has stood for outstanding automotive sales and service. Today, Patrick McCafferty continues that tradition at Discount Auto, right here in our own backyard on Business Route 1 in Langhorne. Discount Auto has over 100 hand-picked pre-owned cars, trucks, SUVs, and vans, all fully inspected and ready to go. Discount Auto, the perfect place for your kid's first car. Discount Auto, the perfect place for a fine pre-owned family car or an SUV or even a van. Discount Auto, they're locally owned and operated by Patrick McCafferty, who supports our community. The name McCafferty means great automotive sales and service at Discount Auto, Business Route 1 at Oxford Valley Road, Langhorne.
You know, McCaffrey's Food Market is exceptional every day, and they are proud to serve you since 1986. They're a local hometown business. They support your community, whether it's helping flood victims or holding fundraisers for the American Cancer Society or employing our local high school students. McCaffrey's is always there. They have the finest products, prime cuts of meat, a prepared food department where everything is made fresh daily, and also a fresh seafood department. Visit McCaffrey's Food Market near you in Yardley, Newtown, New Hope, Princeton, West Windsor, Gladwin, and Doylestown. They are exceptional every day, and they are local and proud of it.
Business doesn't wait, and neither do we. At Penn Community Bank, our commercial bankers come to you. Your office, your job site, your next big idea. Faster financing, sophisticated digital banking, real security, and personal service that's always within reach. Across industries, we're more than business bankers. We're growth partners. Because when your banker knows your name, your goals, and your company, you're backed by something bigger. Penn Community Bank, built for business, backed by community.
This is Tommy Green from the 1993 National League champion Phillies. Every champion needs a good game plan. BCWSA and I want to make sure you have a game plan when it comes to conserving our most precious resource, water. Whether you're washing dishes, brushing your teeth, or watering your garden, there are ways you can save water and save money. Visit bcwsa.net for tips on conserving water. BCWSA, proven.
Hi, Merrill Reese reminding you to come back home to traditional Italian cuisine at the Revere Restaurant, 802 River Road in Ewing Township. You'll always feel welcome at the Revere. It's like stepping back in time where you'll feel like you're dining in South Philly or New York's Little Italy. Start your meal with complimentary Hoboken bread. Choose from a menu featuring fresh seafood dishes, succulent steaks and chops, or homemade pasta dishes. You can even eat at the bar. The Revere is open 7 days for lunch and dinner. Private room available for special affairs, plus catering. For reservations, call 609-882-6365. That's 609-882-6365. Come home to traditional Italian cuisine. The Revere Restaurant, 802 River Road, Ewing Township.
Welcome back to the Falcons' Nest on Senior Recognition Night. The Council Rock North Indians have come to visit, and tonight's game is the McCaffrey's Game of the Night on WBCB. These two teams met on December 19th, and Pennsbury getting a 43-27 victory in that one. And tonight, this Pennsbury Falcon team, like the girls team, has an opportunity to win a part of the SOL Patriot Division Championship. On Tuesday, they'll be playing Council Rock South, and in that game, they'll have an opportunity to win it outright. As long as they win here, and Council Rock South also holds form, and they only have 2 losses. It could come down to that final game.
Yeah, and Ben brought up a good point, a little off the air that we were talking about. If Council Rock South does, if they lose tonight, will Pennsbury still have to win Tuesday? So as long as South loses in one of these next couple games, Pennsbury has it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. If they get the win tonight,
obviously
take care of business.
They take care of business tonight.
Yep.
Yes. Okay. Thank you.
And for the Pennsbury Falcons, they come in, you look at the PIAA district seeding, they're at 14. They lost a little bit of traction with the loss against the Chamonix, as you would expect. I think they slipped like 4 spots.
I think it was 5 spots or something like that.
So they need to make sure that they do take care of business tonight and finish this regular season, not just like backing into the playoffs, but giving themselves a little bit of positive energy as they will embark on some postseason play and an opportunity to, the more you improve that seeding, the better chance you have of being here at the Falcons' Nest and playing some postseason home games.
Yeah, the loss Tuesday to Chamonix, it hurt you a little bit, but you still control your own destiny if you're Pennsbury. You still have a shot to get a home game here in the districts, and if you can get that, that would be huge.
Tonight, laser focus on this game, but also interested tomorrow, Pennsbury will be playing Holy Ghost Prep, and that matchup is interesting, and I know, Ben, you're going to be here on the PA for that one.
Yes, that'll be a fun one. I mean, it's a yearly tradition the two do, and I believe Pennsbury, I don't think they won last year. I don't believe they came out with the victory. However, new season this time, different squad, so it'll be not a big, it's always fun to play against Holy Ghost, but it will not be really affecting their SOL chances at all. But still will be a fun one, little Catholic League, suburban 1 league matchup.
Yeah, definitely an interesting measuring stick kind of game, and going to be a lot of basketball. There's a freshman game, a JV game.
So freshman is at 11 a.m. and then JV at 12:30, varsity at 2. I'm sure all those times will change following the freshman game, but a lot of basketball here at the Nest over the next 2 days.
All right, but tonight, opportunity here against Council Rock North for the Pennsbury Falcons to improve on their league position and control their own destiny when it comes to an SOL Patriot Division title. Well, we got the cold weather outside, but Trenton Thunder baseball is coming up in just a little bit, and you can catch the Thunder. Ticket information at trentonthunder.com/tickets. Learn more about the full and half-season ticket memberships, as well as multi-game packages on sale now for Trenton Thunder baseball. We thank them for making portions of tonight's game possible. Thanks also to the Peruzzi Automotive Group, complete automotive service, and you can trust the Peruzzi Auto Group for that. Also for value, and they provide service on all makes and models. Free multi-point inspection on your vehicle with any paid service. Also a 10% military and law enforcement discount on any service, and you buy 3 tires, get the 4th free. All service performed by certified technicians. Peruzzi, big comfy waiting rooms at their dealerships with free Wi-Fi and early drop-off. The Peruzzi Auto Group, service for all makes and models. Visit a Peruzzi dealership on Business Route 1 in Fairless Hills, where their business is you. Falcons led by Wes Emmy and Council Rock North with Derek Wright at the helm. As we've got starting lineups coming up, and I would imagine Falcons will mix it up just a touch, probably give Owen Hogenkamp a start tonight.
Won't be surprised if Brendan Ryan maybe
got
some look too.
Yeah, absolutely. Both those guys in there with their fellow senior teammate Max Manga, who typically is in the starting 5.
Yeah, and if I remember last year, obviously this is a tradition that they've done for the last couple of years, Coach Emmy. And if you remember last year, he did it. Pennsbury starting a lot of seniors last year, and they got behind big early because of that, and were never really able to get back, and they ultimately lost that game. But obviously, new year, not a that year. Last year was, I think, a whole new starting 5. Where this year it's only going to be 2 new starters, obviously, because Max Manga is already started.
And typically, I think from season to season, you do turn the page. But I know for Pennsbury, they have some memories of that Council Rock North game and how that undermined their chance to win a league championship last year. I would imagine that that's got to be something that Coach Emmy talked about before this game to make sure that they, again, stay focused and take care of business for Council Rock North. 6'1" junior guard Owen Crown out there with
starting at guard, number 22.
Dylan Kiefer, defensive specialist. Cameron Wright, 5'10" freshman guard.
Billy McBride.
Good shooter from outside, joined by 6'3" senior Billy McBride. And Danny Cuneo.
Coached by Mr. Derek Wright. Assistant coaches Ed Costello, Mike Parate, Jim Vaca, and Brandon Knotts. And now it's senior night. And it's time for the starters for your Pennsbury Falcons. Starting at guard, number 24, Patrick Jajua. Starting at forward, number 21, Sean Breslin. Starting at forward, senior, number 11, Owen Hogenkamp. Starting at guard, senior, number 20, Brendan Ryan. And starting at forward, senior number 25, Max Mango. The Falcons are head coached by Mr. Wes Emmy. Assistant coaches Kurt Bergman, Mike Higgins, Tyler Cessa-Reeves, and John Love. Tonight's officials are Kurt Holtz, Keith Bell, and Rich Gould. We'd like to call your attention that tonight's referees are using pink whistles. They're using pink whistles tonight because they are honoring Coaches versus Cancer.
All right, little awareness raised here with the pink whistles. On
WBCB,
WBCB, we get things going. McCaffrey's game of the night.
That tonight's game is being live streamed.
And how about the senior-to-senior connection between Owen Hogenkamp and our very own Ben Goldstein over there? As will you pick up a T-shirt?
Yeah, my second of the year.
Nice.
I don't think you were here for the first time. It was a big celebration.
Yeah, give it to me, Ben. You already got one.
It's actually, they give out adult mediums, so I don't know if it's going to fit you or me.
I'll be honest, I'm a couple X's. Yeah. I'm a couple X's.
Oh, this one's a large, actually.
Still too small for me.
All right, here we go. X's and O's, high school hoops on WBCB. As Council Rock North visits tonight for the Indians 2-6 in league play. And we are underway. Owen Crown secures the tip. One of a tri-captain set for Council Rock North. Owen Crown, Dylan Kiefer, and Billy McBride.
Remember the first time these two teams met up, Falcons were without Braden Clark, who was out with a sickness. So he's pointed, obviously not starting tonight, but in the rotation.
Owen Crown there trying to throw that one off the glass too strong. And Jajua now will get the offense set up for Pennsbury, the sophomore, with a drive and the finish. With the right hand, Jajua banks it home. It's 2-0.
Yeah, he obviously was wondering the start of the season, the jump Jajua was going to make, how aggressive he was going to be offensively. Well, we are plenty through the season now, and you can see he is not afraid to take initiative and attack the basket and just do whatever he needs offensively.
Cam right there bounces to Cuneo. Now gets it back, right. Drives inside, and he gets bottled up by Owen Hogenkamp. Hogenkamp and Brendan Ryan getting starts tonight. Hogenkamp there trying to close out on right, and the shot off of Max Manga out of bounds, and will stay down here with Council Rock North.
Brendan Ryan doesn't get much playing time typically, but tonight, of course, the starter doing an excellent job down on the block defensively, not letting his guy get down low.
Nice entry, though, to Dylan Kiefer, and Kiefer with a big-time post presence takes advantage of Hogan Camp and ties us up at 2.
Yeah, a bit of a mismatch there. Hogan Camp not as big as the big friendly giant, if those remember our last broadcast, Dylan Kiefer.
Breslin sends it inside to Max Manga, too strong, but his putback is good. All right, stick with it, young man. Makes it 4-2.
Yeah, it's good to see Manga get one of his first ones down and through the basket. Obviously, Max had a tough night the other night against the Shamley.
Inside, they get it to right. His shot blocked by Sean Breslin. In transition, up the floor to Ryan, and he couldn't control it. Goes off of his leg, out of bounds, back to Council Rock North. First time these two teams met, Breslin had 15 points for the Falcons, helping to lead them to the win. Comes up with a pretty big defensive play with the block on the last Council Rock North possession. Kiefer working against Manga. Now out there, Cam Wright to the elbow. Picks up the dribble, out to Crown. Pulls up with the jumper, no. Breslin with a big board. Now Patrick Joshua driving and takes a little bit of a bump and gets the benefit of the whistle. Foul called on McBride, picks up his first. And Janja will trigger it in up top to Brendan Ryan. As we mentioned, Council Rock North in a lot of close games this season, and right there working for the loose ball. And the Indians, Billy McBride finally gets it to a teammate. Now Crown pulls up with a jump shot and gets the whistle. Foul called on Hogan Camp.
Yeah, Hogan Camp didn't give any space for Crown to land. Obviously, that's going to be a foul all day. A good job by Crown just to not let that affect him and able to get a clean shot up.
Early going, he can put his team in front. And Council Rock North with their first lead of the evening. Here at the Falcons Nest on the campus of Pennsbury High School, McCaffrey's game of the night on WBCB. Joshua pulls up for three, rims in and out. Hogan Camp with the rebound, bounces to Ryan. His shot is blocked. And the Indians race it up the floor. McBride hands off to Wright. Quickly around the perimeter. A crisp offensive set here for Council Rock North. Results in a contested three. Another chance here for Cuneo. Then Kiefer all the way underneath the bucket. Baseline here for McBride. Shovels to Kiefer, and he gets the bounce. Dylan Kiefer with his second connection makes it 7-4 Council Rock North. Midway through the first quarter as Joshua directing traffic. Down low, Max Manga in heavy traffic, banks it home and gets the whistle.
Yeah, really good ball movement there. Went to 4 different Pennsbury Falcons without any of them taking a dribble. Just quick receiving, quick passing. And a good job of doing it because it made it difficult for the Indians to defend and a wide open shot.
Yeah, it was Ryan at the top to Hogan Camp in the corner. A quick snap over to Breslin and then fed it to Manga down on the block. And it brought us home.
So Coach Emmy gives his seniors at least the front part of the first quarter before he goes to the bench, and Brady Kent out there along with Braden Clark. As we're All tied up in 7 now with a successful trip to the line for the Falcons.
And those two, Hogenkamp and Ryan, doing a good job, not letting this one kind of slip up. Last season we saw seniors have a tough start, but this time did a pretty good job.
Wow, tough foul there. Looked like good help defense from Patrick Joshua as he had Kiefer kind of bottled up, but ends up getting whistled for the reach-in and picks up his first foul with 3:26 to go first quarter. They bounce into Dylan Kiefer, and as he tries to bounce to right, Brady Kent deflects it out of play right into the Pennsbury student section. Cam Wright into Owen Crown. And the 6'1 junior shovels to Austin Freed. Freed getting his first minutes of the night. Gives it back to Wright, poked away by Clark. And then Wright has to go back, retrieve it. He's got to find somewhere to go with it. Finds McBride, who gets it back on the wing. McBride with the air ball.
Out of bounds, Pennsbury ball.
Yeah, as soon as he let that one go, knew it was short, started chasing after it, but just nobody could save any time. Turnover for the Indians.
So 6-foot sophomore guard Braden Clark now with the dribble. Typically in the starting lineup for the Falcons, and he bounces to a fellow starter Brady Kent. Both of those guys starting on the bench. Max Manga sees a path to the bucket and takes advantage of a lapse in the defense. Just a little bit of a letdown, and he says, I'm going to take this one right to the basket.
Yeah, and a good job by Max to be aggressive and to see that lane open up and attack it.
Oh, they bounce to Kiefer, nearly stolen by Breslin.
Yeah, and almost a walk, too.
There, Cam Wright over to Crown. Crown, a little shake and bake, pulls up with the jump shot, no. And then a whistle and a foul as Cam Wright pushes Braden Clark right in the back.
Illegal block in the back there.
And indeed, pushed him right out of bounds.
32, Danny Cootie of the game.
And picks up his first foul of the night. Top here, Brady Kent over to Joshua. Max Manga fires away from 3, no. And the rebound secured by Freed. Out on the wing, and now Crown lets that one go. Comes up short. Clark, shake and bake, had his defender falling to the floor, doesn't get the finish.
Oh man, that would have been quite the clip. Clark with a dirty move, send his defender flying.
Now Manga in transition, steals it, impossible angle, and he takes a bump, gets the whistle, trip to the line for Max Manga coming up.
Fouls at number 4, Josh Compton.
And as you said, obviously Max Manga not having the strongest game last game against the Chamonix offensively, but you love to see him kind of wipe that out of his brain and be very aggressive here tonight, attacking the hole, taking some jump shots, and really just trying to show his presence offensively.
Foul committed by Kanajankos, and Manga makes it 10-7.
23, Nick Bunda in the game for Sean Breslin.
So as you heard from PA man Dan Mahoney, Bunda off the bench. Breslin will get a breather. Manga goes 1 for 2, and then fighting for the miss. Nick Bunda whistled for a foul.
Number 23, Nick Bunda, his first.
Picks up a quick one after getting off the bench. That's one way to fill up the stat sheet. You get out there, you get a quick foul. At least you know you're out there playing.
Yeah, you don't have all zeros. You got at least a number on your stat sheet.
Out to Freed. Freed on the wing, bounces to Dylan Kiefer. Everything out on the perimeter, and now Owen Crown tries to drive the right side of the lane. He's bottled up. Ball poked away, stolen by Max Manga. Manga running the floor and doesn't quite get the finish. Maybe was looking for a whistle.
Yeah, you saw Max mouth it to his teammates. I lost the ball, so as he was going up with it, losing possession of it. Yet again, another possession of Max Manga charging downhill and attacking the hoop.
And another situation where Manga forcing the steal. Defense turning to offense for Manga and the Falcons.
30 seconds left. You have to think Pennsbury's only going to go for one last shot.
Joshua there, hands off to Braden Clark, the sophomore connection. Yeah, Falcons here in no hurry, but Council Rock North not just going to let them completely take the air out of the ball as Crown comes out to try to get Clark moving. It bounced to Joshua. Joshua trying to work the baseline, nearly lost it. Clark, just 2 seconds left. Kent at the buzzer, just off the mark. And we reach the end of quarter number one. It's Pennsbury 10, Council Rock North 7 in the McCaffrey's Game of the Night here on WBCB. And if you ever thought of owning a brand new Sierra pickup truck, now is the time to do it. Peruzzi Buick GMC, your hometown Fairless Hills Buick GMC dealership, is offering their entire inventory of GMC Sierra pickup trucks at 20% off MSRP pricing. Save thousands on brand new Sierra pickup trucks at Peruzzi Buick GMC. Plus 0% financing is available. Sierras are your rugged everyday pickup trucks, and Peruzzi Buick GMC is selling them now at 20% off MSRP with 0% financing available. Peruzzi Buick GMC, Business Route 1 in Fairless Hills, where our business is you. Tonight's game also made possible by the Pennsbury Basketball Boys Parents Club and Medela Capital. Lee Luckman and Medela Capital proudly support Pennsbury boys basketball.
Yeah, a little update for if you've been watching all season long. Last game, obviously, it was a weird ending. It looked like there was an inbounds and then a technical called, and then the Chamonix ended up with free throws. If you're interested, we found out why that happened. Braden Clark did try to call a timeout with no timeouts left, which is a technical, and that's why there was free throws last game. So if anybody was still intrigued and interested why, that is why.
Well, Falcons trying to bounce back from that loss against the Chamonix. Breslin up top, 3-ball, but he knew it was off the mark right away as he tried to follow that one up. The rebound brought down by Dylan Kiefer. Up the floor to Crown, gets it back. And then shuffles it over here, Freed with the dribble. And now Andrew French. Clark all over him. Nice little footwork to step through and get the shot off. He banks it home, makes it 10-9.
That was a difficult shot, too.
Brady Kent open in transition. Patrick Joshua secures the miss and puts it right back up and in.
His dolt from his own player, too. Nick Bunda right there, perfect for the rebound, and Joshua come flying in.
Yeah, impressive athleticism from the sophomore. Not only the rebound, but then the perfect putback. Cam Wright with the runner, hits it. A big time and needed bucket there. Now Bunda, spin move underneath and one. as he worked against defensive specialist Dylan Kiefer and had his way with him.
Fouls on number 21, Dylan Kiefer.
Bucket makes it 14-11 and now can add one more at the line.
23, Billy McBride in the game for Dylan Kiefer.
Billy McBride in for Kiefer. Kiefer will sit down. He's got a couple of fouls here, and we've still got 6:44 remaining in quarter number 2. They want to make sure he does not pick up his third here in the first half. Batted around. Joshua kept it alive. Kent brings it down, gives it up to Clark. Clark along 2. It goes off the back rim and brought down by Freed. Freed racing it up the floor into heavy traffic. Lucky to hold on to it. Bounces to Crown. His jump shot off the front rim, and Bunda up to Clark. Underneath, Breslin pump fake and had the shot, but just didn't get the finish on the reverse lay-in. Got his man elevated and everything. Way downtown, Cam Wright has that one measured. And we are even at 14.
Council Rock North is making some tough shots right now. Wright, of course, with the long one right there. Also had the tough layup a little bit ago. So North hitting some difficult shots, keeping themselves in this game. This is what they do.
There, Clark goes the other way and gets it poked away by Freed. And timeout taken by the Pennsbury Falcons with 5:38 to go in the second quarter. And we are all even at 14 in the McCaffrey's Game of the Night on WBCB. A Fairless Hills landmark, Puss in Boots Tavern, supporting Pennsbury for decades before or after the game. Stop by Puss in Boots. Great food, great times. Watch all your favorite Philly sports teams at the boot. Yeah, tomorrow you got the Flyers in the afternoon and the Sixers in the evening. They'll have the games on at Puss in Boots, 942 Trenton Road. And tomorrow they got their famous dollar dogs, dollar hot dogs all day at Puss in Boots. And there's always something going on there. Shuffleboard, pool, cornhole, darts. They got the jukebox going all at the boot. Puss in Boots open 7 days for lunch and dinner. And we thank them for helping to power portions of tonight's game on WBCB. Don't forget you missed the action here on WBCB. Read about it in tomorrow's edition of the Trentonian. Max Katz off the bench for Pennsbury, getting his first minutes tonight. He holds in the corner, picks it up, gives it over to Breslin. Breslin looking for Manga. Gets the entry, but Manga well away from the bucket. Now he shovels to Joshua. Joshua rising up and banking it home. And then a technical foul picked up. I think this is on Joshua.
That was number 24, Patrick Joshua.
He's not sure. Seemed like there was some type of celebration
Maybe
after the
said
bucket.
something. Yeah, I'm not sure.
So might go into like a taunting kind of situation there, infraction. But it is a technical foul on the Falcons. So free throws for Owen Crown. You got some freebies here in a game.
Yeah.
You got to bring your A game. You got to make sure.
I saw Coach Emmy, talking to the referee. He called it, trying to read some lips and everything. I think it was the way Pat Joshua threw the ball out of bounds for Council Rock North inbounding it. I don't think the ref liked how hard Joshua threw it out of bounds, but Coach Emmy trying to plead his case. He's just throwing the ball so it can get inbounded. But
right there, Crown had an opportunity.
He says, she says.
Could have tied it up at the line, but went 1 of 2, and Council Rock North still down a point, but they do have the basketball. Cameron Wright here, Max Katz guarding him, and the runner comes up short. Manga in transition, and Falcons do like to play up-tempo. Breslin dribbles to the elbow, kicks out to Katz. Katz along the baseline. Nice ball movement. Manga with a mismatch.
Yeah, that's just going to be barbecue chicken all day.
Walks him down and banks it home and put the Falcons up 18-15.
The way Manga has been so aggressive offensively, you can't put a mismatch on him. He's just going to take it all day long.
Cam Wright, you cannot leave him open. Another three for the Council Rock North sharpshooter. His second three-pointer in the second quarter. Nice entry. Clark gets it into Manga, but he brought the basketball down, gets it stripped away. Crown over to Wright, and now Andrew French trying to work against Brady Kent. I mean, Kent is so quick, it's hard to get around him. He takes it down to the baseline, bounces to McBride, hook shot, no. And McBride with the offensive rebound. Another chance for the Indians. A little more than midway through quarter number 2. McCaffrey's game of the night here on WBCB. Chris Ermer, Ben Goldstein, Gus the Bus Barber, and we got Daniel McDevitt with us here from the Falcons' nest. McBride takes it inside, kicks out to Crown. His three rims out. And here comes Braden Clark behind the back dribble. Couldn't hold on to it. Cam Wright with a behind the back dribble of his own, and then his shot doesn't have enough on it. And then in transition, Brady Kent, as he was putting on the brakes, McBride comes in with like a clothesline. And Brady Kent did not like the extra physicality.
Number 2, Zach Staines in the game for the Falcons.
You'd imagine he kind of wrung his neck right there.
No, I don't think anyone would have liked if that happened to them, but it's kind of funny. It happened to both of them, had the same kind of look of one, Brady Kent, like,
what the heck are you doing?
What the heck are you doing? McBride, like, how is that a foul? Which, like, come on.
Breslin takes it down to the baseline. Max Manga with a three. Long rebound secured by Clark. Clark bangs into a fender. Bodies hit the floor. No whistle. And then Max Manga picks up the foul.
Fouls at number 25, Max Manga, his first.
And just foul number 1 for Manga with 2.5 remaining before halftime. And before the inbound, timeout taken, a full timeout. So we'll step aside, return to the Falcons' nest for more of the McCaffrey's game of the night here on WBCB.
There really is nothing like a home team advantage. That's why Team Toyota makes a great choice for your next vehicle purchase or service. With our MVP pricing guarantee, teammate rewards program, and streamlined customer experience, our award-winning operation ensures that you can trust our process. A home team advantage is nothing without the community. Our employees are part of our family, part of your town, and we're all part of the team. We're always here for you at one of our 3 locations in Princeton, Langhorne, and Glen Mills.
Foundation.org.
Hi, this is Mike Missinelli inviting you to join me live at the Temperance House in the heart of Newtown, PA for our big game preview show, Thursday, February 5th at 5 p.m. We'll be video streaming live on YouTube at WBCB Sports and on Pattison, where you can ask me questions, give me your thoughts, and stop by to have some of the best happy hour options in Bucks County at the Temperance House. So come, join me, Mike Missinelli, Thursday, February 5th, 5 p.m. for our big game preview show live from the Temperance House in Newtown, PA.
Well, back to the Falcons' nest here, McCaffrey's game of the night. And so far, this one has been a relatively low-scoring game, but we are all even at 18. Council Rock North out of the full timeout.
If you remember back to these two teams' last matchup, that was also pretty low-scoring. These two teams very solid defensively, so leads to some lower scoring matching.
Yeah, good defense there by Clark as he bottles up Owen Crown, was trying to dribble around him. Now French working against Owen Hogenkamp. He picks up the dribble. Up top to Freed. And now Crown, he'll shoot from just about anywhere. This time it's a pass to Freed, works the baseline, ball loose, French up top. The three off the mark from Cuneo, but another chance, and Cuneo nearly out of control as he gets elevated. Crown takes it right down the center of the lane and gets to the line. As the Council Rock North Indians get the benefit of the whistle,
That was
Sean Breslin.
That was a very bizarre possession. Got guys flying around, loose balls, but in the end, they end up at the line.
Well, and it looked like where the play started, he had, Braden Clark looked like he kind of took a shot to the upper body or to the face. Owen Crown breaks the tie, and Indians back in front. Very interesting here the way the next minute 41 plays out to see who will take the advantage into the halftime break. Clark out there with Zach Staines, Breslin, Manga, and Hogenkamp. Hogenkamp over to Zach Staines, sends it up top to Manga. Manga nearly had it poked away from behind, stays with it, starts the drive, and gets the finish to tie us at 20.
Nice drive by Manga, beautiful kiss off the glass, and gets it to go. Nice play by Manga to put Falcons back at tied up 20-20.
And already a great bounce back game for Manga. You were talking about the last game the Falcons played against Neshaminy, didn't have his best outing, but he is right back at it. Wow, nice job there by Cam Wright, the freshman, with a step back jump shot. Up top, Breslin for three. Not quite. And Crown pulls down the miss.
Yeah, it looks like North is going to hold this for one final shot with 30 seconds left. So looks like unless something goes crazy, North is going to go into halftime with this lead.
The Falcons not making it easy at all as they close down any available space. Cameron Wright starts to his right, and now dribble handoff there to Owen Crown. Crown unable to get around Clark, and then Cuneo at the buzzer. I don't think that's the shot Council Rock North really was looking for. It comes up a little bit short, brings us to the end of the first half, and it is Council Rock North with the halftime lead. Indians in front 22-20 at the break. McCaffrey's game of the night on WBCB. Stay with us. We're going to return in just a moment with halftime stats, halftime scoring, and get you ready for second half action as we got action from the Falcons' Nest on the WBCB Sports Network.
Hey BCWSA customers, this is Tommy Green from the 1993 National League champion Phillies. My friends at BCWSA are committed to providing us with safe, reliable water and sewer services. They operate state-of-the-art treatment facilities, provide clean drinking water, and make much-needed investments to protect our environment and ensure a sustainable future. Learn how BCWSA's investments help grow and serve our communities. Visit bcwsa.net. BCWSA, proven.
Hi, this is Mike Missinelli inviting you to join me live at the Temperance House in the heart of Newtown, PA for our big game preview show, Thursday, February 5th at 5 p.m. We'll be video streaming live on YouTube at WBCB Sports and on Patterson, where you can ask me questions, give me your thoughts, and stop by to have some of the best happy hour options in Bucks County at the Temperance House. So come, join me, Mike Missinelli, Thursday, February 5th, 5 p.m. for our big game preview show live from the Temperance House in Newtown, PA.
Head out to Dion Square, located at South Oxford Valley and South Olds Boulevard, with the following businesses ready to serve you: Pat Dion Beverages, CVS Pharmacy, Smile Culture Dental, Biomat, Wayner Nationwide Insurance, Liberty Auto Tags, Pennsylvania Fine Wine and Spirits, Lee's Hoagie House, AutoZone, and First National Bank and Trust of Newtown. Make Dion Square your one-stop shop for all your shopping needs at Fairless Hills.
Are you living with relentless pain? St. Mary has a new way to help. Knee and hip replacements with a smarter process for faster recovery, earning prestigious awards for quality and value. A rapid recovery program has you walking just hours after surgery, and breakthrough advances such as custom-fit joints position you for a longer pain-free life. 215-710-5888. St. Mary Orthopedics. It's your health. Expect more.
Since 1954, the name McCafferty has stood for outstanding automotive sales and service. Today, Patrick McCafferty continues that tradition at Discount Auto, right here in our own backyard on Business Route 1 in Langhorne. Discount Auto has over 100 hand-picked pre-owned cars, trucks, SUVs, and vans, all fully inspected and ready to go. Discount Auto, the perfect place for your kid's first car. Discount Auto, the perfect place for a fine pre-owned family car or an SUV or even a van. Discount Auto, they're locally owned and operated by Patrick McCafferty, who supports our community. The name McCafferty means great automotive sales and service at Discount Auto, Business Route 1 at Oxford Valley Road, Langhorne.
You know, McCaffrey's Food Market is exceptional every day, and they are proud to serve you since 1986. They're a local hometown business. They support your community, whether it's helping flood victims or holding fundraisers for the American Cancer Society or employing our local high school students. McCaffrey's is always there. They have the finest products, prime cuts of meat, a prepared food department where everything is made fresh daily, and also a fresh seafood department. Visit McCaffrey's Food Market near you in Yardley, Newtown, New Hope, Princeton, West Windsor, Gladwin, and Doylestown. They are exceptional every day, and they are local and proud of it.
Business doesn't wait, and neither do we. At Penn Community Bank, our commercial bankers come to you. Your office, your job site, your next big idea. Faster financing, sophisticated digital banking, real security, and personal service that's always within reach. Across industries, we're more than business bankers. We're growth partners. Because when your banker knows your name, your goals, and your company, you're backed by something bigger. Penn Community Bank, built for business, backed by community.
Pennsbury trailing Council Rock North 22-20 at halftime. And we'll take a look at first half scoring first for the visiting Council Rock North Indians. They were led by Owen Crown. Crown with 10 first half points, and then it was 6 coming from Dylan Kiefer and 6 from Cameron Wright hitting a couple of big threes in the second quarter. For the Pennsbury Falcons, they were led by Max Manga. Manga had 12, and then Patrick Jaja was 6 points, and Nick Bunda contributed a bucket. He had 2 off the bench, and Council Rock North up 22-20 at the break.
All right, let's look at some first half stats, starting with the Pennsbury Falcons, who are shooting just 9 for 21 from the field, and what is very jarring, 0 for 6 from beyond the arc, really struggling from 3 and 3 for 6 from the free throw line. Also rebounding fairly well on the offensive side. They got 4 offensive boards to go along with that, and 5 turnovers compared.
I think
to
sometimes,
steals.
Ben, on a night, not to interrupt you there, sorry about that, but when the Falcons aren't shooting that great, and you still are right in the game, I think you can look at some of that as a positive, that eventually those connections are going to get made. You're not going to go over for the game.
No, certainly not. So,
keep
the
firing away.
The shots will fall eventually. Meanwhile, for CR South, 8 for 23 from the field, 2 for 8 from beyond the arc, shooting 3 for 3 from the free throw line. They also had 5 turnovers and 4 steals. We have an update from the CR South Ben Salem game. Council Rock South at halftime leading 26-7.
Wow.
So if they win and the Falcons end up losing this game, they will be the outright SOL Patriot League champions. So Falcons, while they're probably not scoreboard watching as the members of the media were going to, and that's what the Falcons going to have to turn this thing around if they don't want to suffer second place.
Right, well, even if the Falcons lose and Council Rock South wins, if the Falcons beat them on Tuesday,
okay, so there's still a chance?
They would still win outright. because right now the Golden Hawks have 2 league losses.
Gotcha.
Falcons only have 1 blemish on their record right now.
I was looking at it, and it was like the losses and stuff, but I didn't know how exactly it was lining up.
But if they do get a win, then the Falcons,
win, yeah.
cannot win outright tonight, and they could only win a potential share of the league tonight, and then they would have to get a win on Tuesday.
So how it's lining up, Tuesday's going to be a big game.
No question.
And who's on the call for that one?
Gus the Bus.
We're hopping on the bus on Tuesday.
Yes, we are.
The Magic Bus. Well, don't forget, if you missed the action here on WBCB, read about it in tomorrow's edition of the Trentonian. Outstanding local and national sports coverage. Count on it 7 days a week. It's all in the pages of the Trentonian. And Pennsbury Boys Basketball, made possible by the Pennsbury Basketball Boys Parents Club and Medela Capital. Lee Luckman and Medela Capital proudly support Pennsbury Boys Basketball, and we thank them for powering portions of tonight's game on BCB. Stay with us after the game, or check out WBCB Sports after the game, and we will post our post-game DiLorenzo's Pizza Player of the Game video with Ben Goldstein. That, of course, brought to you by DiLorenzo's The Berg Pizza, and they pass along a gift certificate to our Player of the Game. They're just down the road from Pennsbury High School with great gourmet pizza, the only original Trenton tomato pie, and they're doing it the 3rd generation now of DiLorenzo's, and great stuff. We thank them for being with us and making our post-game interview just a little bit better with a great gift certificate to our Player of the Game.
Tastier, you should say.
And big thanks to Jammer Doors. Their new showroom at 2480 Brunswick Pike, opposite the Lawrence Shopping Center. And they are New Jersey and Bucks County's premier new showroom for garage doors, including Raynor Garage Doors and Jammer. They offer entry doors, patio and storm doors, garage door openers, and they install what they sell. They don't use subcontractors. Jammer Doors is a family-run local business for over 100 years, and their new showroom, 2480 Brunswick Pike, Business Route 1, opposite the Lawrence Shopping Center, open Monday through Friday, 10 to 4, and Saturdays they are open 10 to 2. Yeah, I could go for a little DiLorenzo's pizza.
Pizza sounds so good.
Great stuff. What were they getting at the BCB for a little while? It was like a spicy, they had like a jalapeno with the chicken.
It was sausage and hot cherry peppers on it.
Yeah,
it was killer, yeah. Mike Warren, the voice of the Trenton Thunder, put me onto that one. And that one, yeah, that's
Did we
killer.
have the mustard pie? We've been talking about this mustard pie.
I'm never getting the mustard pie.
Whoa, that's not positivity towards our
I just don't like
our
mustard.
advertisement.
DiLorenzo's The Berg, we're talking so highly of it. I'm just not a mustard guy. I don't think I would like mustard on a pizza.
You ever heard of Mike's days as the Bucks County Gobbler?
Oh, my God.
He was part of Wing Bowl.
Was he really?
Yeah. You got to ask him about that. I'm not sure he wants to disclose these sensitive details. As we are back to action, Dylan Kiefer.
Well, it's publicized now. It's on the air.
He competed like in the WIP wing eating contest. Turnaround jump shot from Owen Crown. Off the front rim, no. Max Manga secures the rebound, sends it over to Joshua. Joshua, hesitation, drive, takes it down low, and then gives it right back to Max Manga. Those guys, a little two-man game, and Joshua had it slip between his legs, and he is lucky to get a part of the basketball there to secure the tie-up and hold on to possession for the Falcons.
Jump ball, Pennsbury ball.
Again, tonight's game brought to you by Lee Luckman and Medela Capital, supporting Pennsbury boys basketball here on WBCB. Breslin with a drive into the paint and gets the continuation, count the bucket, and he'll try to complete the three-point play as Dylan Kiefer picks up a big third foul.
Excellent play by Breslin to stay with the ball, jumping backwards in the air off the foul and still hitting it, but not able to convert on the free throw.
I mean, Kiefer is such a critical part of their interior defense. They cannot afford to have him pick up a 4th foul here so early in the second half. There he is posting up on Manga. Got the shot off, but just doesn't fall for him.
Just realized, too, you got Brendan Ryan and Owen Hogenkamp starting in the second half. So not only getting the start in the game, but getting the start in the second half. And that shows a lot by Coach Emmy because they were down by 2 going into this.
Wow, beautiful footwork, and then a great job there by Brendan Ryan to track down the loose ball. Out to Hogenkamp, step in, jump shot, not quite, but Breslin is there with a stick back. And for Breslin, that's his first bucket of the night.
Shots still not really falling from 3 for Pennsbury, but they're getting some nice second chances and converting off of those, which is, shots aren't going to hit. If you're going to get those second chances, got to take care of them.
Cuneo inside to Kiefer, and this time he gets the bounce and hits the shot at close range. We're back to even, 24 apiece.
Yeah, Manga's been showing his presence on the offensive board. You know, in tempo, down low, jump shot. Kiefer going the other side, just showing his presence and his size on that one.
Right there, Joshua galloping through the defenders on the drive. He thought maybe he should have got the benefit of a whistle as he races back to get set defensively. Right over to Crown. Crown pump fake. Working against Hogenkamp. Gets his own miss and gets to the line. Foul picked up by Joshua. Manga. Manga picks up number 2 on the night. And this is the McCaffrey's game of the night on WBCB. Brought to you by DiLorenzo's The Berg Pizza in the Vermilion Square Shopping Center on New Falls Road. Council Rock North has been pretty solid at the line, but Crown starting this trip to the stripe with one that rims out. Here he can, again, break the stalemate, but unable to do it. So we stay tied up at 24. And right there, Manga trying to bounce it to Joshua. Great effort there. Billy McBride.
That was some incredible hustle by McBride, sticking with the play, and then I think it's launched out of bounds. He launches it back in play, right to Kiefer. A great play.
Nice entry there, loose ball. Kiefer fighting for it, gets it up to Caneo. And Max Emmy wanting to see a little more effort from his guys over there with the loose ball.
Yelling a simple message to his guy. Squeeze the ball. Falcons, they've let these balls, they're in the hands, and then they just slip away. Need to keep with it.
Cuneo with the inbound to Owen Crown. Crown out there with Kiefer, Cuneo. You got Cam right there. Catch and shoot. That's no good. And then Brandon Ryan called for a hold. Had a hold of the arm of Billy McBride. And as they go for the rebound, picks up his first foul.
And if you think the second half script is going to go a lot like the first half script, probably look like Brendan Ryan and Hogenkamp Ryan should get a couple more minutes here, and then West Ham thinking about probably substitutions.
Hook shot that time for Kiefer, couldn't connect. So he's had 3 of those close range shots. He's gone 1 of 3. Joshua, great find by Max Manga, the vision.
Joshua spinning and shifting, and beautiful handoff while on the move to Manga, and he just deposits the check.
Yeah, you better keep your head on the swivel. Pat Joshua might be looking for you. Another block there by Breslin. Shovels to Manga. Manga there takes it inside the paint, puts on the brakes, and a reach-in called on Council Rock North.
Yeah, another really good find there by Josh. A little no-look pass underhand.
Number 10, Justin Freed in the game.
His vision right now is out of this world.
So Freed off the bench for Kiefer as Council Rock North goes with a smaller lineup. Joshua pulls up at the elbow. Shot goes halfway down, rims out. Sean Breslin is there to grab the loose ball and bank it home. Falcons up 4.
More second chance points for Pennsbury here in the second half.
Crown with a runner. Deflected over to Breslin.
The Pennsbury defense, though, in this third quarter has been tenacious as they've only given up 2 points this whole quarter, and we're halfway through this quarter.
Wow, some nifty dribbling there by Joshua. Again, he finds Manga. Manga's 3 is no good, but then Crown had the basketball, but he was out of bounds.
Number 23, Nick Bunda in the game for Max Manga. 21, Braden Clark in the game for Brendan Ryan.
And that intensity, you see the bench recognizing what the players are doing out there on the floor. As they'll hand it to Braden Clark.
Another off-ball foul looks like here.
Joshua.
Number 23, Billy McBride. His third.
McBride.
Number 12, Andrew French in the game.
Picks up number 3.
For Danny Cuneo.
And French on the floor for Cuneo for Council Rock North. Breslin working against French. Takes him to the baseline and then has his pass deflected and stolen. French up top to McBride. Gives it over to Freed as they work the perimeter. Owen Crown with a long 2-pointer. And just off the mark, and a carry on Braden Clark. As he came across midcourt, just kind of lost control of it. And the Falcons turn it over with 2:49 to go in the third quarter. Falcons outscoring Council Rock North by 6 in this third quarter of action. Dylan Kiefer holds it, bounces to right. Crown back to Kiefer, who's marked by Bunda. Crown with Joshua in his face. Now he's double teamed. Able to get it over to French.
Good defense here by Pennsbury, not letting North get any pressure towards the hoop.
Now Cam Wright, a little help defense there from Bunda. His pass deflected. Breslin almost with a takeaway, but instead deflects it out of bounds just in front of the Council Rock North bench.
Yeah, and a good job by Bunda there multiple times. Some pickup defense there, just really swarming the ball holder, ball carrier, ball handler, excuse me, jeez.
And now timeout taken with 2:09 remaining in the third quarter. And it's a full timeout called by Council Rock North. So we will step aside and return to the Falcons' nest in just a moment.
Are you living with relentless pain? St. Mary has a new way to help. Knee and hip replacements with a smarter process for faster recovery, earning prestigious awards for quality and value. A rapid recovery program has you walking just hours after surgery, and breakthrough advances such as custom-fit joints position you for a longer pain-free life. 215-710-5888. St. Mary Orthopedics. It's your health. Expect more.
This is Tommy Green from the 1993 National League champion Phillies. Every champion needs a good game plan. BCWSA and I want to make sure you have a game plan when it comes to conserving our most precious resource, water. Whether you're washing dishes, brushing your teeth, or watering your garden, there are ways you can save water and save money. Visit bcwsa.net for tips on conserving water. BCWSA, proven.
All right, thanks for being with us tonight here from Pennsbury High School. I've got the A-team around me. Gus the Bus Barber, our video engineer. Always great to have Ben Goldstein with stats and in-game analysis, and a great job up top, Daniel McDevitt behind the camera with a great view of the action here. Falcons up 4 as Council Rock North out of the timeout getting the offense going. And French, I thought he threw that one away, but it was deflected, so it stays with Council Rock North. And Cam Wright comes over to put it in play. Up top to Cuneo. Kent with the defense there on French, loose ball, and then Bunda with a block on Kiefer, but also a whistle and a foul on Nick Bunda.
Fouls on number 23, Nick Bunda, his second.
He'll send Kiefer to the line.
21, Dylan Kiefer to the line, shooting 2.
Yeah, hasn't gotten as many minutes as we've usually seen from Bunda, but when he's come in, he has had a defensive presence on him multiple times. Good pickup, swarming the ball handler. That time, good job of staying with it, not getting too overly aggressive on defense. Looked clean at first, but obviously the ref said there was a little contact on Kiefer, but good job so far by Bunda.
And it seems like, yeah, the basketball is finding Nick Bunda. And he's right in the middle of things as soon as he gets onto the floor here tonight. It is now a 2-point game. Falcons up 28-26. Nice job by Dylan Kiefer at the free throw line. Kent around to Clark. Now they'll try the other side with Max Manga. Joshua trying to bounce it into Bunda, but he was double teamed.
And you saw North going with a little zone defense there, making it difficult for Pennsbury to get the ball down low.
Kiefer starts left. Cuneo from way downtown connects from distance and puts Council Rock North in front 29-28.
Man, that was deep, hand in your face.
I mean, he is a talented player, but has been silent all night and comes up with one of the biggest buckets so far in this game. As under the minute mark here for quarter number 3. Clark up top to Kent. Kent gets it back from Joshua. Bunda has his pass deflected and stolen.
10th turnover for Pennsbury tonight.
And now Council Rock North likely will try to hold for a final shot. They're right at the end of the third quarter. They bounce over to Cuneo. Cuneo with Clark slapping at the basketball, gives it over to Kiefer. Now Cam Wright up top to Freed. Freed drives the left side of the lane, bounces to Dylan Kiefer, and Kiefer makes it 31-28 as we get to the end of the third quarter. It's Council Rock North in front of Pennsbury here in the McCaffrey's game of the night. I want to keep it right here just to let you know that tonight's game is brought to you by Jammer Doors. And they have their new showroom at 2480 Brunswick Pike, which is opposite the Lawrence Shopping Center. That's New Jersey and Bucks County's premier new showroom for garage doors, including Radar garage doors. And Jammer Doors offers entry doors, patio, and storm doors, garage door openers, and windows. And Jammer Doors, they install what they sell. So you have no subcontractors, and Jammer Doors is a family-run local business for over 100 years, and they are now in their new showroom, 2480 Brunswick Pike, Business Route 1, opposite the Lawrence Shopping Center. Open Monday through Friday, 10 to 4. Saturdays open 10 to 2. Tonight's game made possible by the Pennsbury Boys Basketball Parents Club and Medela Capital. Lee Luckman and Medela Capital proudly support Pennsbury boys basketball. And don't forget, if you miss the action here on WBCB, read all about it in tomorrow's edition of the Trentonian. Outstanding local and national sports coverage that you can count on 7 days a week It's all in the pages of the Trentonian. And after the game, Ben Goldstein will be joined by our player of the game, our DiLorenzo's The Berg player of the game. And you can catch that interview later tonight, or just after the game, on the WBCB Sports Network. Back to action. French trapped, and they bottle him up, but Coach Wright over there, recognizing his player was in a bit of a jam,
30-second timeout.
calls a quick timeout, and a pretty solid decision over there to get the stoppage.
Yeah, it was a great job by Breslin to come around and, cause a pressure, a 2-on-1 situation. Got a hand on the ball. Looked like it was about to be a jump ball, but good job by Coach Wright to call that timeout before they could call the jump ball. Possession arrow is in the Pennsbury Falcons' favor, so that would have been a huge call here.
Well, tonight's game made possible in part by Puss in Boots. And Puss in Boots Tavern, a Fairless Hills landmark supporting Pennsbury for decades before or after the games. Stop by Puss in Boots for great food, great times. Watch all your favorite Philly sports teams at the Boot. Their outdoor patio now has TVs out there, and there's always great specials at the Boot. Puss in Boots open 7 days for lunch and dinner at 942 Trenton Road, with private catering available as well. They inbound, and Freed with a drive on the left side, off the side of the backboard, and Council Rock North fortunate to get another crack at it. But then the pass thrown away. Owen Crown was thinking his teammate was going to make a cut one way. He went the other way.
For Nick Bunda.
Yeah, saw it last second, tried to stop it, just ball already in motion.
So the Council Rock North Indians start the fourth quarter with a turnover. And the Falcons here, opportunity maybe to tie it up with a three. Joshua puts on the brakes. Clark, jump shot from just beyond the free throw line. And his first bucket of the night is a big one. It pulls the Falcons to within one.
Yeah, you've seen him and Joshua all year long love those mid-range pull-ups, and they're comfortable with them because they hit them all day long.
Cuneo here, marked by Breslin. Now Freed holds up top, bounces right back to Cuneo. Ball poked away. Max Manga got a piece of that one. Knocked it away from Crown. And then Kent flying out from out of nowhere. Deflects it out of bounds.
23, Billy McBride in the game.
And I thought he was nearly going to come up with the steal.
Kent was shot out of the cannon. Just couldn't handle it, but excellent defensive play by the junior.
Big time burst of speed as the Council Rock North Indians send it in to Billy McBride, over to Cuneo, who's marked by Breslin. Pulls up at the elbow. Yes.
That is tough.
Danny Cuneo makes it a 3-point Council Rock North lead. Again, these two teams met back in December, and Pennsbury got a fairly lopsided victory in a low-scoring game, and with tonight, Council Rock North giving them all they can handle.
22, Cameron Wright's in the game.
Cuneo picks up his second foul of the night with a reach-in on Breslin. You got to credit Council Rock North on the defensive end. Really feels like Pennsbury has not been able to get into any kind of flow, and just as you say that, Braden Clark might be warming up as he's got back-to-back buckets. Nearly a steal in the backcourt. Cam Wright for three. And he gets the bucket. And are they calling a foul on the shot? No, foul away from the bucket.
It's going to stay with the Indians.
So the bucket makes it 36-32. Another big-time three from Cam Wright. his third of the night. And the foul allows Council Rock North to hold on to the basketball. Try to extend their lead. Cuneo using the body on Breslin, and Cuneo makes it 38-32. And the Falcons want to talk things over with 5:33 remaining here in quarter number 4. McCaffrey's game of the night on WBCB. And we'll step aside, return to the Falcons' Nest in just a moment.
You know, McCaffrey's Food Market is exceptional every day, and they are proud to serve you since 1986. They're a local hometown business. They support your community, whether it's helping flood victims or holding fundraisers for the American Cancer Society or employing our local high school students. McCaffrey's is always there. They have the finest products, prime cuts of meat, a prepared food department where everything is made fresh daily, and also a fresh seafood department. Visit McCaffrey's Food Market near you in Yardley, Newtown, New Hope, Princeton, West Windsor, Gladwin, and Doylestown. They are exceptional every day, and they are local and proud of it.
Back here at the Falcons' Nest, Pennsbury boys basketball made possible by the Parents Club and Medela Capital. Lee Luckman and Medela Capital proudly supporting Pennsbury boys basketball. And they have put together a great season, but this is starting to feel eerily similar to last year, where they had a late season game against Council Rock North, and they were unable to secure an important win, which prevented them from picking up a league. I mean, they were so close last season.
It's deja vu. It was senior night last year. It was the same circumstance in this game, back and forth game. And if I'm not mistaken, that was to the very end. And they won off a game winner off of Crown. So if you're Council Rock North, you want to write this story word by word like you did last year.
I believe it was Andrew O'Keefe that had the final score. But I mean, it was a similar score to what we have right now.
There's Clark, gets his shot off. Comes up well short, but somehow Max Manga comes up with the basketball and then is able to get another bucket. Makes it a 4-point game. Crown, they try to trap him. Bounces to Cuneo. Nice ball movement here by Council Rock North as they break the Pennsbury pressure. Bounce it to Kiefer. Kiefer down low to Crown. Bounces it right back to him, but does not get the bounce at the rim. Clark on the drive, and a blocking foul called on Council Rock North.
Does that count? Are they counting the basket?
Yes.
Owen Crown, his first.
Haven't put it up on the scoreboard yet.
I thought he showed one.
Yeah, they counted.
That's what it looked like. It looked like he signaled and one. Okay, yep, there they go.
Yeah, they did put it up.
Big basket right there. Big stop on the other end, and Braden Clark doing what he does, going quickly in transition, high tempo, getting the body contact, and going to the free throw line. Who else would go to the free throw line except for Braden Clark? He is the man at that.
And knocks down the free throw to make it a 1-point game. Huey lost track of how many trips he made to the free throw line as the Falcons try to trap Owen Crown. They shake the ball loose, and a timeout called by Coach Derek Wright and Council Rock North as that scrum was happening right in front of the bench.
Yeah, big thing to look at, though. 4 minutes, 33 seconds left. Council Rock North, only one timeout left. So that's going to come big, especially if it comes down to the wire, and you need one. Obviously, you saw last game, the Falcons, that hurt them and was one of the reasons why they lost the game. No timeouts, trying to call a timeout.
Tonight's game brought to you by Puss in Boots Tavern, a Fairless Hills landmark, 942 Trenton Road. Big supporters of Pennsbury Falcon basketball and Pennsbury Falcon athletics in general. Helping to power portions of tonight's game along with Medela Capital, Lee Luckman, and Medela Capital proudly supporting Pennsbury basketball tonight as they look to mount the comeback here against the Indians of Council Rock North. Owen Crown takes a shot to the face, and Braden Clark picks up his second foul.
Yeah, only the second foul for the team in this quarter, so plenty of fouls still to give.
Council Rock North, they send it into Crown, over to Cuneo. Now Kiefer back to Crown. Wow, Crown almost got that one deflected out of bounds. Instead, McBride sends it back to Crown, works the baseline, had a good look at the bucket, but doesn't get the finish. Shaken loose, and Kiefer comes up with it. I mean, right there, like Coach Emmy was saying, you gotta squeeze the ball. And Danny Cuneo lines one up from downtown and puts Council Rock North in front by 4.
This guy just cannot miss right now.
That's the 11th Falcon turnover, and it really paid. What a layup.
What a shot. Braden Clark with the scoop off glass and good. And then a foul on Cuneo. And Braden Clark picks up his third foul of the night. And looks like Clark took a shot to the nose. And he heads to the bench. Brendan Ryan out on the floor for the Falcons.
Yeah, a good job by Pennsbury to answer back, because it seems like every time Council Rock North has a big blow that could take the rhythm and momentum, Pennsbury answers right back.
Cuneo there with a tough step back at the elbow. And now finally the Falcons secure it, walk it over midcourt, and try to get a good look at the bucket. How about a step back from Joshua? And we're all tied up at 41. Patrick Joshua. Big time stuff from the sophomore.
Joshua, in the big-time moments in these last 2 games, has stepped up to the occasion, had the big behind-the-back reverse layup against the Shamley to tie it. Here tonight with a big jumper to tie it.
Crown right there trying to put his body right into the defender, maybe trying to draw a whistle. Instead, his miss gives the Falcons another chance.
That was the 10th board tonight for the senior Menga.
Out to Breslin. Breslin sends it back out to Kent. Joshua again, double teamed, gets the shot off. Doesn't hit, but Breslin keeps it alive. Second chance for the Falcons. Kent, up and under shot, no. Max Manga had the basketball and is fouled. They'll call the foul on the floor. So the Falcons give the Pennsbury a chance to reset.
Number 1, Braden Clark in the game.
As we are just under the 2-minute mark. Well, this has kind of been the story of the season, especially for Council Rock North. We mentioned all of the close games that they have been in. Many of them, though, they have been on the wrong side of. Joshua for 3. Off the back rim, no, and the ball deflected out of bounds off of Pennsbury.
This gym would have exploded if Joshua hit that, but just hit off the wrong side of the rim and then took a tip off of a Falcon.
Oh my goodness, settle in, because we are coming in for a landing.
Buckle your seatbelt.
This one gonna come right down to the wire. Cuneo, they had him double teamed. And a foul called on Max Manga.
The 4th foul of the quarter for Pennsbury, so entering some dangerous territory.
Yeah, next one will put Council Rock North in the bonus. So no more fouls to give for the Falcons. Cuneo gets it right back from Kiefer and gives it up to Owen Crown. Along the baseline, Kiefer stopped by Max Manga, hits a cutting Cuneo. He can't hit the shot, goes off the foot of McBride. And then Joshua, as he brings it up the floor, takes contact.
Fouls on number 32, Danny Cuneo is third.
Cuneo picks up the foul. Joshua into Clark, and now Brady Kent back up top.
Won't be surprised if Pennsbury tries to hold here just for one last shot. Only a minute left. A lot of time still left if you're in Council Rock North, but they're in that zone defense that's giving Pennsbury problems.
Clark nearly lost it, dribbling it off his foot, but maintains possession.
And this way at least prevents the chance of Council Rock North getting a shot of tying or winning this game if you don't make the shot, or even if you do.
And tough for Council Rock North to try to extend. They're in a zone defense.
Yeah.
So enough space as now Joshua getting counted, bounces over to Clark. And yeah, I think that's right on the money, Gus, that Falcons are going to try to hold for a final shot. Right now all tied up at 41. Down to the 15-second mark.
And now they'll set up.
Clark starting to get counted, and timeout taken by Coach Emmy. So with 11.8 remaining here in a tie game, it looks like it will be the Falcons who are going to get a last look at the basket.
It looked like they were just, at that point, like 12 seconds, starting to set up their play. Clark was directing traffic, putting his guys in their spots, and then just a bit of confusion down on the court. Emmy calls the correct time, a good timeout at that time. He'll draw something up now with 11.8 to go.
Well, one thing here, we're hopefully going to be able to have a Pennsbury player join us for our player of the game segment from Di Lorenzo's Pizza. And at this point, really anybody could emerge as the hero of this game.
I'll be honest, if Pennsbury's able to hit a game winner, whoever hits that is going to be our player of the game at this point. It has been a well-rounded game for this Pennsbury Falcons. Offensively, defensively, it was a complete team effort. You'd like to see the scoreboard a little bit more lopsided, but Pennsbury keeping it close and keeping it enticing the whole way.
Yeah, it's been a great game so far. And then also you look at the game strategery, right? You're able to take the air out of the ball in a tie game. So right now, for Pennsbury, hopefully if things play out as they're drawing it up, you're going to get at least a tie game or a win here in this scenario.
Absolutely. You got plenty of time left on the clock. You got 11 seconds. You have plenty of enough time to inbound the ball, set up a play, maybe get a couple passes before you have to take your shot.
All right, 11 seconds remaining. They inbound to Clark. He is guarded by McBride. Gets a screen from Joshua, pulls up, jump shot off the rim. No, 2 seconds remaining, and timeout taken by Council Rock North.
With 0.5 left.
Yeah, I think they're going to adjust the clock.
There should be I think just around 2 seconds.
Full timeout, Council
And
Rock
right now a
North.
full timeout taken by Council Rock North, and the officials will talk things over about how much time should be remaining for Council Rock North to see if they can come up with a shot here
And if I'm not
at the buzzer, a buzzer beater.
And if I'm not mistaken, the inbound should be in the back court.
Yes, it will be.
So that's a lot of space to try to bring it up.
Yeah, definitely, and all that space means time.
Yeah.
Unless you try to throw one of those Hail Mary football passes.
Yeah, it's with the amount of time where you're going to have to inbound it, it's looking like you're going to have a half-court heave. If you're Pennsbury, just, try to keep as many guys up as you can. Keep some guys back, of course, just for that long Hail Mary pass trying to under the basket. But, yeah, it's looking like it's going to be one last heave here for the North Indians. And
yeah, I'll tell you
if
what.
it's going the way it's going, we're going to overtime.
Settle in, Gus, because I think we got some extra basketball coming our way.
I'll tell you what, I've had to go to the bathroom since halftime, too. So I'll just be honest.
How much time do you have on your clock, Gus? What's your prediction?
Huh?
What do you have on your clock? How much?
I had
seconds?
0.5. I
Okay.
reset it to 2 seconds, though.
And we'll see out of the timeout what they put on the clock. If they decide to add time.
Yeah, 2.1.
2.1.
I mean, I was right on the money, just around 2 seconds. So.
And if you look back at the Pennsbury opportunity, the Braden Clark mid-range pull-up, he's been so successful with it this game, and the last couple shots, the last couple, possessions, that's what kept you in this ballgame. So I'm not really opposed to that play call right there.
And he had the hot hand in the fourth quarter as well.
Hot hand, clean look, correct pull, just didn't bounce his way.
Crown with a long heave down the floor. It's deflected. McBride along the baseline off the side of the backboard, and we reach the end of regulation, all tied up.
That was a perfectly
at 41.
That was a perfectly placed pass. Just not a great shot. Tipped right into the hands of him. Just not a great shot.
And that's exactly what I was trying to say. Try to bring some guys up, but keep some guys back in case they try to go for that Hail Mary pass, which they did right there.
Yeah, the big heave down the floor and the deflection. Actually had a decent shot, a decent look at the bucket there at the end of regulation. But we go to overtime here in the McCaffrey's game of the night. McCaffrey's Food Market's exceptional every day. And how about a little extra basketball?
We played enough basketball today. Why not tack on a couple more minutes?
Well, I mentioned the Pennsbury Falcons. They will play Holy Ghost Prep tomorrow, and then they wrap up the regular season against Council Rock South. For Council Rock North, they're at Northeast High School tomorrow before taking on Harry S. Truman. That's one of the league teams that they were able to defeat earlier this year, and then they will wrap up their regular season against Lower Moreland. Kind of remarkable that we're getting close to the end of regular season play, getting ready for the playoffs, talking about these teams securing league championships as the Pennsbury girls did earlier tonight.
Yeah, it feels like just yesterday this school year was starting and we were starting football season, let alone all the way through basketball season and now looking into the playoffs. It's flying by, but it's been a great season.
And a great season for the Pennsbury girls and the Pennsbury boys. We mentioned that the Pennsbury girls were like the 8th seed when it comes to the district breakdown. Pennsbury boys, the 14th seed in how the district is stacking up.
And that will drop depending on, it could rise, it could fall depending on what happens tonight. I would expect more of a significant drop if they don't pull out this victory in this 4-minute overtime. But if they win, you could see maybe a spot or two. Like it couldn't be exponential.
And they'll probably get a pretty good bounce if they beat Council Rock South.
Yes.
Council Rock South, they've also put together a pretty good season, and the better the record, the better the team, the more juice you get in those district breakdowns. All right, overtime underway. Council Rock North securing the tap. Crown over to Cuneo, deflected by Kent, saves it from going out of bounds into Clark, and then Clark kind of lost it right there in the paint. And Council Rock North takes over. Crown sidestep 3 off the back rim, and McBride rips down the rebound. Wow, which team wants it more? Both of these teams going all out. The bank is open for Billy McBride. Makes it 44-41.
Looked like a little off-balance shot, too, falling forward as he hits that thing. Like you said, bank is open.
Yeah, I'm not sure he called it, but it counts regardless. How about Clark along the baseline? His miss secured by Kiefer. Hands off to Cuneo. Cuneo across the floor to Crown. Crown marked by Joshua. Great defense there by Pat Joshua. Feels like the Falcons need something right to happen here in this possession. How about a three from Breslin? Rims out, rebound by Joshua. He gets it poked away by Cuneo. And then Joshua called for the foul on Danny Cuneo. And for Joshua, I believe that's number three.
Yeah, and with that foul, puts Council Rock North in the bonus.
And they have been, as a team, very good from the free throw line tonight.
They're shooting 5 for 7. They didn't have any free throws in that fourth quarter. Now 5 for 8.
Well, and here in the biggest moments, this is when you need to knock them down. And 1 for 2 at the line for Cuneo. A 4-point game. McBride marking Joshua. Joshua gets free, gets the shot off, but off the back rim. Cuneo racing it up the floor. Wright from downtown. He's got another one. Cam Wright with his 4th three-pointer tonight.
The Cam is right tonight at the Falcons' Nest, just automatic from anywhere on the floor, and the ball just not bouncing in for Pennsbury. It sure is falling for North.
Full timeout called by the Pennsbury Falcons. And so we will step aside. Tonight's game brought to you by Lee Luckman, Medela Capital, proudly supporting Pennsbury boys basketball. And we return to the Falcons' Nest in a moment.
There really is nothing like a home team advantage. That's why Team Toyota makes a great choice for your next vehicle purchase or service. With our MVP pricing guarantee, teammate rewards program, and streamlined customer experience, our award-winning operation ensures that you can trust our process. A home team advantage is nothing without the community. Our employees are part of our family, part of your town, and we're all part of the team. We're always here for you at one of our 3 locations in Princeton, Langhorne, and Glen Mills.
Well, the Falcons found themselves down in the fourth quarter, were able to come from behind in order to even things up and give themselves a shot right at the end of regulation to maybe come away with a victory. But they get extra basketball, and now again they need a heroic come-from-behind effort as we're down to 1:54, and the deficit is 7. Joshua will inbound over to Braden Clark. Clark starts to drive. Nice cut to the bucket by Sean Breslin, and he finishes the reverse lay-in.
And you're going to see a lot of full court press defensively for the rest of the way here by Pennsbury. Try to cause a turnover for the North.
Right there trying to shake it loose from Cuneo. But Kiefer will hand off to Crown. And then Crown takes a bump from Braden Clark and gets the benefit of the whistle and a trip to the line.
Clark also up to 4 fouls now.
And right now, this is where the game potentially going to be won or lost. If Council Rock North can hit their free throws, they should be able to ice it. And that starts to cool things off here in the Falcons' Nest with that bucket. Nothing but net to make it a 7-point game. Falcons got to work quickly. Joshua over to Manga. Somebody's got to pull the trigger. Braden Clark with the drive.
Braden Clark.
And a nice job right there. Great feel by Clark. Bucket makes it 50-45. And the Falcons
30-second
quickly
timeout, Pennsbury.
take a 30-second timeout, reset the defense, and try to get this end game scenario in place. Don't forget you missed the action here on BCB. Read about it in tomorrow's Trentonian with outstanding sports coverage and great news coverage 7 days a week, all in the pages of the Trentonian.
Little over a minute left here in this overtime period. If you're Pennsbury, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You have to cause a turnover. Council Rock North in the bonus. You can only do so much. You got down 5, this much time. You have to get the ball to turn over.
Easier said than done, though.
Yep.
Council Rock North.
And in that effort, you also need to avoid fouling.
Yeah.
You are in the bonus, so it's very tricky.
At some point here, you're going to have to foul to send them to the line.
Could be trying here.
Crown over to Cuneo. Those two guys play catch up top. Down to a minute.
Got to foul.
And there, Joshua will foul Kiefer. He picks up his 4th.
If you're going to foul anybody, at least foul somebody that you think is going to miss on the free throw line. You don't want to put Crown to the free throw line. You don't want to put Wright at the free throw line. You got to go Kiefer.
You know, and all these guys, skilled players, but, sometimes it's the big guys inside that you think might not be good free throw shooters, but that's not always the way it is.
Sometimes they're the best ones.
Joel Embiid, with as much criticism as he gets, he is, for a big man, he is rock solid at the line, and so is Dylan Kiefer in that moment to make it a 7-point game and hit 2 big clutch free throws. Well, I mentioned game could be won or lost at the line, and they're doing a good job there. Breslin fires away, and rebound secured by Crown, and he gets knocked to the floor. 3 Pennsbury defenders were there, including Braden Clark, and for Clark, he fouls out with his 5th.
Number 20, Brendan Ryan in the game for Braden Clark. Owen Crown to the line, shooting 2.
So Ryan on the floor for Clark, and things looking bleak for the Falcons, but still, you got quite a bit of time on the clock. You need a little bit of help, and Owen Crown is providing none of it. He's not giving Pennsbury any kind of lifeline. As he eyes his second. Money. Kent racing it up the floor. Along the baseline, gives it up to Breslin. Breslin has his pass deflected. Joshua from downtown. Got it. And the Falcons call a quick timeout. That 3-pointer, making it a 5-point game. And what do we got, a 30-second timeout or a full timeout?
I think they're trying to figure out how much time is left on the clock, because saw Coach Emmy animated. He called a timeout, and the clock was still going.
So it's overtime, and Pennsbury just hit their first 3 of the game. 1 for 11 tonight from beyond the arc. We've seen this team live and die by the 3 occasionally. Tonight, just 1 for 11.
Wow. That was a stat line we talked about at halftime and kind of suggested that they were going to right
Hopefully
the
it was
ship
going to fall
in that department.
It certainly did not.
But stayed cold here on a cold night, and now they really have to find some intense fire. Trying to get back in this one here in overtime number 1. And they got a little bit warmer with that Patrick Joshua connection. And yeah, they do readjust the clock. They had 30 up there, and they'll add 4 seconds, so 34 ticks on the game clock. Yeah, like you said, last time they were about to inbound, Gus, like, can you come up with a steal here? I mean, that would really start to change the complexion of things. But you need to steal a possession. Crown bounces into Kiefer. Kiefer double teamed, poked away momentarily, and timeout called by Council Rock North.
Full timeout,
I mean, with all of the close games they have been in and all the losses that they've suffered in those close games, you know that they want to make sure that they shut the door, make sure there's no loose ends here, so they will talk it over. Up 6.
An important note now that, you know, it haunted Pennsbury last game. Both teams 0 timeouts at their use. So gonna have to just play on here in the final 30 seconds.
Yeah, and if everything, you know, stays according to plan like it is, not sure what's going on in that other game, but Tuesday here at the Falcons Nest could be a very, very big game.
Well, timeout right now on the floor. And tonight's game brought to you in part by Peruzzi Buick GMC, your hometown Fairless Hills Buick GMC dealership, offering their entire inventory of GMC Sierra pickup trucks. 20% off MSRP pricing, and you can save thousands on brand new Sierra pickup trucks at Peruzzi Buick GMC, plus 0% financing is available. It's a great deal. Sierras are your rugged everyday pickup trucks, and Peruzzi Buick GMC selling them 20% off and with 0% financing available. Peruzzi Business Route 1, where their business is you. Council Rock North getting it into Owen Crown, and coming over to send him to the line is Max Manga.
Foul number 25, Max Manga, is 4.
Manga picks up number 4. Meanwhile, a little more time off the clock, down to 25.6 remaining in this one. And Crown again eyeing some important free throws. That one his first miss in his last bunch of trips to the line. Another miss here could keep it a 2-possession game. And Crown gets the shooter's bounce as Justin Freed enters for Council Rock North for Danny Cuneo. Kent is trying to get some of his guys down so he can at least inbound, and gets it into Joshua, gets it right back. Gotta go quick. Joshua over midcourt. Kent for 3. Long rebound, and it's Owen Crown who grabs the bouncing ball, and Council Rock North starts to celebrate a little bit here with just 13 seconds remaining. And right there we saw Cam Wright kind of clapping his hands just in front of us, recognizing that they've got the job done at this point in time. And Crown makes it 56-48. Owen Crown is going to be our DiLorenzo's, the Berg player of the game for Council Rock North. We'll see if we can talk to a Pennsbury Falcon after the game as well. But a tough one tonight. Max Manga from a 3-point land. Can't connect. And Cameron Wright will just dribble out the remaining few seconds. And Council Rock North improves their record to 7-12 with an upset win over the Pennsbury Falcons, dropping Pennsbury to 13-6 here on the season. All right, big thanks to all of our sponsors for making both games possible as we had our boys-girls doubleheader, the girls winning the Patriot Division, and the boys will have to wait till Tuesday to see if they can get it done against the Golden Hawks of Council Rock South. And Coach Wright and the Council Rock North Indians celebrating a big win in a game with big consequences and implications.
And a tough environment, too. This Pennsbury team gave them all they got. This Pennsbury crowd gave them all they got. And they deserved it.
Well, senior night does not go the way the Falcons were hoping as they lose a tough one, 57-48. And again, thanks to all of the sponsors, Team Toyota, McCaffrey's Food Markets, Dion Square Merchants, St. Mary Medical Center, thanks to the Revere Restaurant, Discount Auto, BCWSA, the Temperance House, Penn Community Bank, and thanks to Peruzzi Auto Group, Puss in Boots Tavern, Jammer Doors, and Trentonian, of course, on hand. You can read about tonight's game in tomorrow's Trentonian. Not going to be a pleasant read for the Falcon fans.
No, not at all.
Also thanks to Lee Luckman and Medela Capital and the Pennsbury Boys Basketball Parents Club. Also Di Lorenzo's The Berg Pizza on New Falls Road. All right, we thank you for being with us as well. Thanks to the crew. Gus the Bus Barber doing the video engineering. Thanks so much to Ben Goldstein, who has been with us throughout our high school basketball season with stats and in-game analysis. And behind the camera, Daniel McDevitt doing a great job here with a view of the Falcons' nest on a tough night. One final time, Pennsbury falling to Council Rock North 57-48 in the McCaffrey's game of the night. We will catch you next time. We'll be here on Tuesday with a big game as Pennsbury hosts Council Rock South.